This is the cabin bathroom. It's not done. We've got a partial theme going on with the old bedpans. Just replaced the floor, put a new bathtub in, did all PEX plumbing, but I don't like the way the hot water shutoff juts out here. It's in the walkway. I don't like all of this exposed, or getting water on the logs, or having a non-waterproof floor or exposed studs. So we're gonna correct all of that today, starting with the floor, working our way up. Halfway down with the floor, and whoo, that's a big difference from that, well, from that to that. Sans plumbing. Hey, if you're going to install one of these big water heaters, remove the crappy plastic valve that they have on the bottom. I just drilled it out and attached permanently this brass hose valve. So it's garden hose on both sides. It threads perfectly. Allows me to hook up a nice thick hose, run it outside for draining. And then when I'm done draining the water heater, turn it off, easy to unthread. You're not mucking up those plastic threads every time. And it allows you to winterize your cabin annually a lot easier. In this case, we're removing it because we're putting in the new floor. And we need to empty this sucker out, or it's too heavy to move. I'm loving this thin cedar closet board. Comes with tongue and groove on the ends. When you cut it right, it slides right in. Bad example. It's cut right, but I'm doing it with one hand. Once you get it into the right place, you're all lined up. A couple of brads from this Hitachi brad nailer, pneumatic. No problem whatsoever. I love this thing. Super fast. One-handed installation. Still doing pretty good. Make sure I hit my stud here. Be careful with these brads that you're not knocking into your PEX. Once you're in place. A little high on that last one so I didn't hit the PEX. Starting to come together. Haven't put the toilet back in yet. Loving the way this is looking. Alright, so we finished. Woo, something fell. Well, we finished some cedar here and here. Don't look there yet. There's so many tools needed just to reroute a little bit of plumbing. So while the bathroom's starting to look better, I am steadily growing a giant tool collection. Horizontal surfaces, they're always the problem. It's where you set stuff. But we gotta keep going, frame that in. Still gotta do the steel roofing shower board around the bathroom, or bathtub. I've done a new support system, so we're gonna leave the hot water heater exposed. We don't wanna encroach on the knee room. If you built this into a square, your knees would probably hit. It's a small bathroom. And then we've reinforced the pressure tank area, rerouted the plumbing, and we're going to enclose that with an access door so you can still get to the gauges and the pressure switch here, and then close that all in. And lastly, but not least, we're also going to cedar that wall as well. Floor looks great though. I keep looking at the floor for motivation because the rest not yet done. Bathtub's ready to go, plumbed and ready to go. Hot and cold, shower, and a jet tub function. And then this will be steel when we're done. It's a shame to cover up the log, but what's worse is if you rot the log over time. There'll be plenty of that here on the right. Hey, always leave yourself little note and useless trinkets in the walls because it is hilarious to find them later. All right, end of day one. Final clip of the finished bathroom for our rustic Upper Peninsula cabin. You've seen us put in the flooring. You've seen us put in the cedar. I had some old outhouse paintings that my mom loved. Put those up, kind of classic. We've got our washboard stack, our bedpan stack, and we're gonna leave these logs classic on the side here. No reason to cover up all the log in a log cabin. I love this little washboard cabinet someone made. These look like they're actual washboards because they say use either side according to fabric, and then it's got all the information as a standard washboard on it. So either these are very realistically made doors for this medicine cabinet, or it's a repurposing. We finished, added a little cabin decor for the shower curtain, and we finished the tin around the edges. Now it looks overwhelming because there's tin on the bottom and there's tin on top. Plus, we got all the shower spigots coming through. We still have to caulk, but we're finishing up the video anyways. So what we'll do is we'll leave that half closed and it covers it up and it's not overwhelmingly corrugated steel. This little guy I picked up on Amazon. I'll put links in the bottom. It's I gotta fix the doors a little bit. I bent it putting it into place. Just something to go above the toilet. As I've mentioned before, we're gonna leave the hot water tank out and exposed. It's a cabin, we can get away with that crap. Antique vanity here. I love how the $10 Tractor Supply basin worked out. The old one is here as well. That one's the one with the drain holes. I got this neat sink, and I like the way it plugs. I'll put a link to this faucet. Super simple to install. Really happy that it comes with a drain too, so that's kind of handy. And then I just picked up a vanity from Lowe's. So that vanity, I keep calling it a vanity. It's a medicine cabinet mirror combo. I wanted one that had the ability to put more storage behind it since we're storage limited. Now my favorite thing about this is this cabinet door here, which you can guess if you've been watching the whole video, is the pressure tank. But I constantly need access to this pressure tank if I'm plumbing. Also, the main shutoff is here. You hit all 4 of these latches and just grab, remove the panel completely. Can drop it down there for now. And in here I've got my main shutoff. I've got spare parts for toilet. I've got the wrench that allows you to disconnect the check valve and drain the system, which we'll actually be doing in a few minutes here since we're winterizing. And then I've got a kit to replace the water heater elements when someone inevitably turns on the water heater without filling it up first. I've done it myself. We've replaced it several times because it's so tempting to turn on the well pump and the water heater simultaneously. Those will be hanging out in the air. They will overheat. They will fry. So if you're starting up a cabin, close everything up, fill the water tank, turn on the well. Well, turning on the well fills the water tank. Burp all the air out of that by running some of the hot waters. And then when all the air is gone, turn on your hot water heater so you don't burn your elements. It's not perfect, but that's the advantage of doing a rustic cabin remodel. Oh, this is hard to do with one hand. One. Okay. That's the advantage of doing a rustic cabin remodel, is you can get away with calling things poorly done rustic, and it gets you the ability to finish without worrying about the details. There she goes. Access panel back into place. It's usually a little easier with two-handed. I am super excited. It's a fantastic moment for me personally. This is the first time that the cabin has had a fully finished, fully operational bathroom since it was built in 1979. And to me personally, it's a form of therapy to finally finish something that we've all wanted for so long and actually do it in a way that we can actually be proud of. So that's wonderful. I love giving this place a little TLC, giving the abandoned homestead a little bit of a facelift before we move in. It makes me feel like we're more capable, that we're ready, and that when 1 July 2026 comes, we should hit the ground running. That's all I've got for you. Thanks for stopping by.